give and they get. Then they run around town beating their chests like they forget. I can forget for now, but I won't never forget. No, love how I feel, knowing the universe got my back. Whoa, love how I feel, knowing that money gon' come right back.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Journey Podcast.
You gotta do that. Yeah.
Line up the audio.
That was great. As you can see, we got the guy to do that type of shit.
But, welcome back to the Journey Podcast. I'm here with Jake and John. We're in Miami.
Salute.
First episode in Miami on the trip, so very excited and very special guest today. I appreciate you, Turo, for coming.
Oh yeah,
thank you guys for having me. I appreciate the love, for real.
No, this is an episode we're excited about. You know what I'm saying? First guest, bro. Everything about who you are and your story and just like the things. I mean, you're doing something that so many other people do, the gym, personal training, but you're doing it at like the highest of highest levels, you know? So we're excited to get into it today.
I appreciate you guys for having me and being the first guy in Miami to be interviewed by you guys. So I'm humbled. Thank you so much.
Much love, brother.
Yeah, I've known who you are because I watch like all Steve's content. So I've been seeing you for a while now. You know what I mean? So then when we were thinking of a list of people in Miami, and I'm like, bro, fucking Turo. I was like, look him up on Instagram because he has a good amount of followers on Instagram. So he has a high percentage when people see his message.
Hell yeah.
So I was like, yo, definitely hit him up. So so
man,
this is
thank
gonna be
you
dope.
so much. I
I'm
appreciate
excited.
it. For
Let's
real.
go, man.
Dope.
So I guess to start off, where are you from?
Miami.
Really?
Born and raised, Miami, Florida. Yeah, 305.
305.
What is that like growing up in Miami? Because we're from New York, it's a completely different world.
Oh,
This guy hates it. This guy, the entire trip here.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't really like it down here. It's a little fucking hot, bro.
And it's funny. I love New York. I love New York.
Yeah. And everybody from New York moves down here anyway. This is like the sixth borough.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
I think Times Square is like the center of the universe, bro. Like I'm like fucking nuts. Like for real. I'm a tourist for real. I go to Times Square and it's like, holy shit.
Right.
Because we don't have that here. You know, like downtown's dope.
Yeah.
But like,
it's not like Times Square. Times Square is a different world.
Yeah. And I get sucked in by the people too, like the CD dudes and like the monks and shit. That give you like a bracelet. I'm there like I entertain them. And like my girl at the time was like, yo, like just pulled me like, you know, she's a New Yorker.
Oh, okay.
So nah, man, like dope as fuck, bro. I love Miami. Like it's the Sunshine State. Like it's like summertime year round. There's no winter. It's like the coldest it gets. It's like 60 degrees. So it's dope, man. I love it here.
Have you ever lived anywhere else?
Not lived, but I've traveled
some
quite a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, dope.
Yeah.
How'd you get into the whole fitness gym thing? Like, was it something happened when you were a kid? You know, some people got picked on, so they wanted to work out and get big.
That's actually funny you say that. That's exactly what happened.
Really?
I was I was a skater. It's like a rocker, like Guns N' Roses, and I think I went to the gym one day just like to go. You know, I was never really into sports either, and I forgot exactly what happened, but I got into a fight with like some juice head, and like we went outside like I'm ready, you know, and I guess I lost because I got a black eye, but I was fine, you know. But from there I actually started fighting. Like I went to like a karate school. It was called Tiger and Dragon. And he made his own style. It's called shoot fighting. His name's Bart Vale. He's like world famous. And I started like fighting, like just like fighting straight up. Then from there, he closed his school and moved up north. And then I went to another school called Marco Lopez was the instructor there. And I actually, like, he put me in a fight, like, for real, like, in a ring. We flew out to Mexico. I was 18.
Damn. Oh, wow.
And then, like, I got into fighting and shit. And I was skinny. I was, like, at that time, like, 165.
Okay.
But I was doing really well. And then doing a middleweight bout here in Miami, I hurt my knee, this guy. And I had arthroscopic surgery. And then it was in the physical therapy that like I started like, you know, they like just like training and shit, but like to like heal you.
Yeah.
But I was like, holy shit. And then around that time I saw the movie Pumping Iron.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit. So I like the training for fighting and the training for like bodybuilding is night and day.
Yeah.
And
completely different.
Also, like I was like street fighting too. Like I was getting in trouble. You know, like I was going to clubs and like I was known for like just
that's not the guy to fuck with.
Just going the bad route. You know what I'm saying? And the gym, like I always say, it like saved my life, bro. Like from going really down the wrong path. And so I just started lifting, like not knowing what the fuck I was doing, eating whatever, but just hungry. And I would always go like to the big guys, like, yo, like, you know, and trial and error. I never really had a coach, you know.
Well, if you don't mind me, like, what was it about pumping iron that inspired you?
Man, like just Arnold's mentality, bro. Like he had like this like stoic, like fucking like mental mindset that, cause like a lot of the gym principles can be applied to real life. It's like real synonymous, you know, like if you don't like strain your muscle, like with like weights or resistance, you're not going to cause stimulus to grow. And the same is applicable in life. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't like reach or try or fucking like just put yourself in an uncomfortable position, you know, you're going to be like complacent and you're going to be mediocre at best. You know what I mean? So like, that's really like what inspired me, that this guy came from nothing, from a fucking third world country and I don't even know where, and fucking came out here and crushed it. And I was like, fuck, dude, like, and he used bodybuilding as a catalyst, like as the vehicle to get there. But think about how much more he accomplished,
right?
You know, so like, besides the physique, besides like, you know, like getting built, like the mindset, you know, was like fucking like, I was like, holy shit, that's dope.
It's amazing.
And this is your early 20s at this point?
Yeah, I was, like 20, 21.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I stopped fighting, I don't want to say professionally, but like around 18 or 19.
And what was it, mixed martial arts? It was karate? It was MMA?
It was before MMA and UFC really took off.
Yeah,
it was back then. So, but then, like I started bodybuilding and stopped getting in trouble and fighting and shit, bro. Like stupid shit, like clubbing, getting drunk. And like trouble would always find me. Like they cracked a bottle on my head one time. Like some girls talking to me. It was like some guy's chick. I didn't even know. But like shit like that, bro. Typical Miami shit. And I just stopped doing all that, bro. Because the gym, you can't dedicate like to the gym and like live that lifestyle. They don't coincide. See what I'm saying?
You can't drink. You can't be out.
You know what I'm saying? That's
why
like
sleep and shit.
Hats off to Kyle and the Nelk Boys and all these people I helped, because that's what they do for a living. And like they had to dial in and like send once a week.
How did that happen? Like, how did you meet up with them? Like, how long ago was that? I don't know anything about that story.
Well, I was like, so I kind of got in trouble at 24 and I went to jail for like 5 years.
Wow.
And
oh shit.
Yeah, from 24 to 29. And then when I got out, I went to LA Fitness in Mary Brickell Village, which was called like the Signature Club. It was like a higher end LA Fitness. And there's where I met Michael Hines, which shout out to Mike, because he taught me a lot about the business side of training, like how to sell training and how to like monetize training and like basically just going up to people at the gym, giving them a little taste of training and then sitting them down and closing them. Like I became a master at that. Because like just
high ticket sales,
just
in the
getting
gym.
someone to the gym on a cold call is a close.
Yeah.
Like, yo, like, can you come at 9? Like they don't show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but if they're there, the probability of closing them is higher because they're physically there.
You also look the part.
Well, that was what I was going to say, too. A lot of trainers don't look the part. You came up to me and said, yo, let me teach you how to work out. I'd say, all right, when do we start? You got all these skinny guys or even kind of guys that look like me that are like, you know what I'm saying? True. I'm not taking your advice on some shit.
100,
you know what I'm saying?
100. You got to, anyone you ever take advice from should be someone that you're trying to be like. 100%. Or that you're trying to like, because they've already gone through the like the trouble or the fire. so they could expedite your journey.
And you see it in visualization is important. You can see, yo, I can look like that, bro. You know what I mean?
Especially in Miami, dog. Perspective is everything here.
Which is fucked up here because you could fake perspective and not know it until years later.
100%.
Yeah, it's crazy.
100%.
Yeah, and I was living here a few years ago. I lived here for about 2 years, and I was finding out that like the person that owns the yacht is never the actual person that owns the yacht, and the cars are rented, bro. And people have people are living on couches, but they'll drive a Lamborghini, and you're like, what? I don't like that part about Miami.
Because they trying to keep up with the Kardashians, you know what I mean? Like it's a game of, you know, who's got the biggest, you know what I mean? And it's like
it's bullshit.
It's a lot of cap out here, you know. So, but basically that's how I met Steve. I was at this gym called Miami Iron Gym, and it's like in a neighborhood that isn't as prominent as downtown. And I like at that time I was competing, you know, because I am an IFBB pro.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That's sick. You're the first real bodybuilder on this show, then.
Yeah,
that's sick.
Classic IFBB pro, and so I kind of like became king of the hill of that gym, respectively, while I was competing and shit, and I was really gunning for the Olympia. This is like a little pre-CBUM, you know what I mean? And like I capped out, and this was like I said around June 2022. One of my clients at Miami Iron Gym, she was like, bro, like you'll crush it at elevation, and it's just a different demographic. And like, I don't know, she planted that seed, bro. And then I was like, fuck it. I had been to elevation, mind you, like, because I used to work out at Iron Addicts, which is right across the street from where elevation is. They closed that gym down.
Like a CT Fletcher gym, Iron Addicts?
Yeah, you remember that shit? Yeah. So they had a huge fucking raid. There was a bad operation going on there. I don't know what the fuck happened. But I was there working out the morning they raided it.
Oh my god!
Fucking ATF, guns drawn. I got put on a wall. I was like, holy shit. But then like shortly months after, Angel opened Elevation, and so I had worked out there. I was familiar with it, but I hadn't gone from like when they expanded it to the current place that it is with the 3 warehouses. And you guys saw it's like higher energy is dope. So I went like one day to just work out and see how I felt, and I was like, fuck, bro, this is crazy. Because the place that I was like a hole in the wall, you know? Because of COVID. He stayed open. Yeah. So I took my business there. And so then I scheduled like 2 or 3 clients the next day, and they loved it. And then I saw Angel on my way out, and I was like, dude, like I'm gonna bring my talents here. I'm gonna come work here. And he was like, bro, I'll comp you June and July. And then August, like, you know, because it's like the rent's a lot higher than where I was. And when I started telling my clients, hey, I'm moving to Elevation, nobody could come with me.
Really?
Like the commute, it is like a hike, you know, from over there. So I jumped, homie. I left at $0, 0 clients. I didn't give a fuck.
Holy shit.
I just,
you believed in yourself.
I knew it. And like my mentor, when I started actually bodybuilding, his name is Dodd Romero, which he trains like J-Lo, Lenny Kravitz, Denzel Washington, currently.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And he instilled in me a lot. Like, you know, when I first got out, that I left LA Fitness and I got that sales training, I went to Somi Fitness where Dodd was, and then I stayed there for a couple of years under his wing, just learning from him, watching him. I met all these people that I just mentioned, and then that's where I got the idea. I was like, man, I want to be a celebrity trainer, you know? So I jumped, like no fear. I went to Elevation with 0. And I hit the ground running, brother. Like by like the end of July, I was already training Tony the Closer, which is like an ex-NFL guy, celebrity in his own way. He would show up with like 3 camera guys, one for TikTok, one for YouTube. It was like a thing. You know what I mean?
Shit, it's crazy.
And then I started training Vitaly, which is like the GOAT of fucking YouTube.
Yeah.
Shout out my boy V. And then from there, just like I became like a fucking celebrity trainer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then like, you know, I don't promote or advertise at all. So it's all like referral based. Yeah. And then one day passing, like Vitaly, Steve were crossing. They're both like canceled YouTubers, but GOATs, legends. Know, like legends. But I'm 42. I don't know these people. I'm not bro. I swear to God, I didn't know who the fuck Steve was. Yeah. So then one day he was on the treadmill. Well, I got to go back a little bit before that initial thing. So he's benching one day. He works out crazy as fuck, like on his own. Like he's in sandals, so he'll take off his sandals, do stairs, then he'll put the sandals back on, do bench, then he'll go like curl. And I would watch this, and I'm like, damn, I gotta help this guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then one day he was benching dumbbells, and like, like I thought he was like, you know, and I spotted him, and I helped him out. And like after I helped him, he just walked away. And like, no, like, yo, good looking out, nothing. But I thought that was cool as fuck. Like, I don't know, it caught my attention. So then, yeah, bro, that's amazing. Real talk. That's funny. That's a true story. And then one morning, he was on the treadmill, and I just went up to him like, doing what I do best.
What you used to do. That's what I think is so amazing about this.
That's what I do best. I'll get anyone off the floor, run them through a little set. Yeah. Yo, how much is training? I've never felt like this before, because just like throughout the journey, you acquire, like you learn from him, you learn from you, but then you make your own little like formula and shit. Right. And not to brag or anything, but like I'm the best trainer.
Nah, yo, talk your shit.
You know. Yeah, I'm the best trainer, period. Yeah. But I've learned to also like leverage that and monetize it, because it's not all about training. Like you have to build your brand. You have to like monetize. You see what I'm saying? And you have to grow. You know, like you can't exchange time for dollar forever. Mm-mm. You know, I'm trying to be out of there like by 45, and we're on the way. Like my YouTube's blowing up. So some of this shit's gonna go up on there. Yeah, hell yeah. And you know, like living out my passion for real, which I'm passionate about training, but again, I gotta be there. I'm trying to be in Hawaii fanning my balls. You get me? So I went up to Steve, and I showed him Vitaly's before and after, because I got Vitaly ready for the Qatar streak. Like you know how he streaked Qatar? Yeah. But he got like tackled instantly. But
I didn't know he was preparing before. He's like, I'm gonna be naked. I
felt like he was one of the guys who just woke up and said, "Yo, fuck it, I'm doing this today."
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
Guy got it.
That shit was planned.
Bro. Like, and let me tell you, bro, like that shit's high security in Qatar.
I can imagine.
They don't fuck around. So he had to fake passport and IDs and like
crazy.
Vitaly's the craziest motherfucker besides Steve. Yeah. Respectfully, I love y'all. But so I got him ready for that, and bro, like in 6 weeks, like he dialed in. Like I got the pictures, like I got his before and afters. And so I went up to Steve and I was like, "Hey man, this is what I did with Vitaly. I'd like to be your trainer." And he's like, "Can we start right now?" I'm like, "Yeah, what do you want to lift?" And he's like, "Shoulders and triceps." Bro, in like 20 minutes, he was like, "Bro, what the fuck? I've never felt like this. Can you come to my house and train Selena today?" And I was like, "Yeah, where's your house?" And he's like, "No, the penthouse at the SLS Lux." And he had like 2 penthouses or 3, right? And he made one of them a gym, but like a badass gym, like gangster. Yeah. And I walk up there, I'm like, holy fuck, you know, like bro, like a gym. Like think of a gym, but in a penthouse, in the middle of Brickell. So I was like, I met Selena, which she's so dope. Like she's my friend, and I still train them all to this day. Got the thing about me, like once you know, like these clients, like they like really love me, bro. You know what I mean? Like they like.
You're what's missing in their life. Discipline.
I just.
And when you're so, like, you see all these celebrities. Like I just finished the Amy Winehouse documentary, and like, and I don't know if you're familiar with what's going on with like Britney Spears as well,
mental health,
Amanda Bynes, and like, bro, these people that are, and I get confused because we're all, I'm not from like small towns, but definitely a lot more humble beginnings.
Yeah.
And I'm like looking at these people like, how could they be unhappy? Like they're at the penthouse. I'm not saying Steve, but I'm saying these people are in the penthouses at the SLS and stuff.
Because it like, bro, like that's a real issue. And that's why like my slogan is beyond sets and reps, because I just use the weights in the gym to help the person like become more confident and more healthy with like their spirituality and like themselves. Like a lot of them are unhappy for many reasons, bro. Like people don't like, here in Miami maybe, but like a lot of people go to the gym for like fucked up reasons, bro. Like breakups, or like, like they're going through some trauma or overcoming a traumatic, experience. And that's what I search for. I search for like the why. Why are you training? What is it that got you here? And that's why I put beyond sets and reps, because it's really not a training business. It's a people business. You got to become valuable to the person and fill that void. But I just use the equipment and the weights as a tool to help them get better as a person overall.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, went to the penthouse, trained Selena, and then he took me to the man cave. We took a shot of tequila and
with some protein powder in it.
And he had the vintage cigarette machines, a T-Rex,
sick,
like bro, like a theater, like the craziest shit ever, bro. And nothing, bro. Like he became one of my clients, but I was already crushing it like at elevation, But like it happened like twice because I met Steve like late September. Mind you, I got there in June. So I was already prominent. I was already king of the hill like by August, respectfully.
In like 3 months. That's crazy.
Like, I just, you know what I mean? Like, I know I'm that guy, but I don't like really walk in that too much. You know
no, you're very humble. It's
but I'm finding to be like, confidence is different than cockiness. So 100%. I speak from like Godfidence, you know what I mean? Like I'm not here like swinging my dick around. Like I mean it like I'm confident because I already bled.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, hell yeah.
So I don't want it to come across like arrogance or like cockiness.
It doesn't.
I'd rather it come across like, bro, I've put in the time. I put in the blood, the sweat, the tears. You know what I mean?
You've earned the right to say
it. I say it like, because humble isn't good either. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
right. Because you gotta know
people will step on you.
Step on you if you're a little bit too humble.
Yep. And so it's like it's a fine line. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I want to ask you a question because my father did time before I was born. In the first 5 years of his stint, he was super into cardio. He would run marathons around, whatever. And then he would start lifting weights. Did you really fall in love with lifting weights when you went away because you had nothing else to do? Like, did you, like, I know you went 24 to 29, so you kind of started early 20s, so you had a little bit of base before then. Yeah. But when you went away, did you, like, what did working out do for you when you were away?
Oh, bro, it was everything.
Yeah.
Because luckily they sent me to a prison that had weights.
Wow.
Because now the Bureau of Prisons took weights away from most prisons.
Really? I didn't know
because of the violence.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And where I was at, there was a medium. There's like levels, you know what I'm saying? Penitentiary, high, medium, low. I was at the low end. They had weights that were untied. But at the medium, they tied the weights. So like you can't bash some motherfucker's head open with a fucking piece of iron. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was everything, bro. Yeah. Honestly, like it's what helped me get through that time.
Sure. Yeah.
Right.
And so it's called iron therapy, brother, for a reason. Like even now, like I don't really lift for like, I want bigger biceps. Like I need to lift.
Yeah.
Like it's the craziest shit. Like if I don't train one day, I'm fucked. Like your mind just like, you know what I'm saying? It becomes a lifestyle. That's what I'm trying to say.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, like so like in that rotation of clientele, like I had like people that aren't maybe famous, but they're fucking millionaires.
Right.
And Steve's very spontaneous, abrupt. Like,
Yeah.
So like, he would never schedule sessions. He's just like, yo, I'm on the way to the gym.
Yeah.
And I think in between from like October, cause like he treated me to my birthday to Gecko, which was insane. Thank you, Steve, again for that. It was like, bro, that night was like a $6,000 dinner.
Oh my God.
And like, since he's like friends with Dave Grutman and shit, like they comped it, but it was insane. And then like he was still in good with 6ix9ine. They came downstairs. They like hung out with me. So dope. And it happened twice in that time frame where like I had like the owner of Ocean Banks, like that has a schedule, has meetings, like
yes.
He's a corporate guy. And Steve's like, yo, I'll be there at 10. I like,
yeah, what am I supposed to do? I can't do it.
So like twice it happened that I had to like kind of like, and I would always accommodate Steve.
Yeah.
Right.
Always.
Yeah.
But I guess it happened like once or twice that I really couldn't, you know what I mean? Out of respect to another paying client.
Yeah.
And I guess it was like late December, bro, 2022. He was like, bro, what would it take to just like train me? And like we just travel and it's just like you and me, dog. Like, let's ride. And I was like, bro, this is what I'm making right now. These are my receipts. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, when can you start? Like no questions asked,
nothing.
Bro.
That's amazing.
I know about this.
Yeah, I know about this.
Crazy.
Yeah, bro, for real. So I went exclusive with Steve. I'd say like January 2023. Crazy salary. Like it's public knowledge because they did a pod and like him and Bradley and Steiny like laughed about it because it is insane. But that was what I was making there, just working 8 to 10 hours, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
wait, hold up. How much did Steve pay you?
If it's $250,000 a year.
A year.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And then all the traveling expenses and everything. No, they took care of me.
That's amazing. But when you say you're working 8 to 10 hours, what does a day look like when you're exclusively only Steve from morning to night?
Oh, so basically the agreement was I would train him twice a day.
Okay.
Times vary.
Yeah.
No schedule, really. And then like anybody that would like come hang out with him or whatever, like I train them as well. You know what I'm saying?
So you're training all the Nelk guys, Kyle.
Yeah, that's how that. So Steve introduced me to Kyle. I mean, Kyle flew to Miami, and then Steve was like, "Hey, can you train my business partner?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." And then I met Kyle. I met all the Nelk boys like Eric Cadeau, Steiny, Salim, obviously. And then like we all became friends, but I started training them. But I remember the first trip I took with Steve was to LA, and we went to Zoo Culture, which is Bradley Martin's gym. And now hindsight, I kind of know why, because like since they're friends, and Bradley's, a gym guy, I guess he wanted like validation. Like, is this guy good? You know what I mean? Hindsight, And like, Bradley actually let me train him. Like Bradley's trained with everybody.
Right.
But never like, okay, what's next? And like, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro. Yeah. So I trained Bradley and Steve for like a couple days at Zoo Culture, which is a dope ass gym in LA. And then I guess obviously he was like, yeah, this man's the truth, And then from there, bro, we just like started going everywhere, bro. Like everywhere. Like Canada, Mexico, fucking Arizona, Happy Dad trips, Las Vegas. I spent most of the year in Vegas because he bought a house in Vegas. Met Dana White. That's like his best friend. They we've gambled together. Mm-hmm. We actually have a video on Rumble that I trained them at the high stakes room.
That sounds like such a Steve thing, bro.
That's pretty good.
Nah, you have no idea. Shout out to Red Rock Casino. I'll be there in October, and Hassan, like he's the host. Like, bro, they do it all for him, bro. They bought an ice bath to the high stakes room, like
this
bags of ice,
It's
water.
nuts.
So he's in the ice bath, like gambling. $5,000, $10,000
This is crazy,
hands.
man.
Nuts, bro.
Fucking money, huh?
That's crazy,
You just
bro.
do whatever the fuck
like,
you want,
honestly, bro. Like what I learned a lot too, brother, is like that the only limitations in life is what you are self-imposed. Like, I've seen Steve request the craziest shit that you could possibly imagine, and it's done.
Yeah.
What do you mean request? What does that mean?
Like, I'm gonna exaggerate a little bit, but like, hey, bro, I want 2 pink tigers, 4 escorts. I want a purple Lamborghini with like 40-inch rims, and I want a giraffe with headphones on and like a steak with fries, and I want the fries to be like in green. Done. Like, obviously, like I'm like, but no cap, like for real, like I want an ice bath in the high stakes gambling room.
No problem.
It's done.
I want
crazy.
I want, like, it was football season, and you know he's like heavy. He gambles like in everything, sports, like, you know, like
yeah.
And so he's like, I want to actually be like, I want to feel like at the baseball game. So they brought like hot dogs and pitchers of beer, like a baseball game. Like, I know. It's, like,
and he's
this
just
is like
watching
no cap.
the game.
Like, this is my experience. Like, this is like for real shit, you know. And like, so that inspired me, like, to say, bro, like, you know, you could do whatever you set your mind to, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
what is this whole experience with Steve like for you? Because you say you were like, I didn't even know who Steve was, you know, and
so
now
one night
you're his full-time guy.
That's a good question. So one night on the way to a UFC fight, because even up until this point, because I'm not the type of guy to, like, you know, look shit up and shit. Like, I don't know, I'm fucking weird too, you know. Like, I just, and mind you, I didn't even know contract. This was a handshake. Like, let's ride. Mm-hmm. I fired like 20 clients the next day, and that's actually on film too, because I was training him at 6ix9ine at the Penthouse, and he gifted me like one of those slingshots, like a little 3-wheel car, and you know, like all this was like on the wing, like, just let's ride. You know, like, I trusted him, bro. I don't know, just he's a good kid, bro. You know what I mean? Good guy. But I never like looked them up. I never I don't know. I never YouTubed. I don't know. I'm doing it now, but I didn't know what the fuck that was. Yeah. But so one night we're on the way to a UFC fight, and he, like, I remember he was in the back seat of the Tesla, and we were already drunk because, like, he asked me to bring a bottle of 1942. Yeah. My bad. And we had a couple shots at the crib, and then we're going to the fights in Vegas. And, like, you know, he's not too talkative, you know what I mean? Like, he's very, like, quiet and shit, off camera, you know? And then, but that night we were talking a lot, and he's like, bro, you don't really know who I am, huh? And I was like, nah, bro, I don't.
Damn.
You know? And
the fucking 1942, huh?
And then he asked Sel, like, Sel, show him the video that, like, you know, made me go viral. And I saw it, like, it's fucking nuts. He chugged a gallon of Black Label. Like, he popped the black, you know, the black wrapper or whatever. It's the one with the handle, like the big boy. And then he put 2 straws, and this motherfucker just gunned it down.
That's crazy.
And he said that he put the phone down that night, and he had like a couple subs. Like, he was just like, you know, this kid, like, was working at Chick-fil-A in Oviedo, Florida. You know,
it's a
like,
crazy story.
Yeah,
it's nuts,
insane.
Yeah.
And bro, he woke up the next morning like at, or like 1 million subs or like something insane, because like you could share those videos and shit. Yeah. And then from there, like, the rest is history. Like, you know, eating like, you know, the 100 nuggets, like all the challenges he's done and shit. Because he's not really like pranked, like, you know, like Milk, you know, because like, you know the story, Kyle found him, but Steve was already, you know, had his own shit, you know what I mean? So,
you know what's funny?
I found out like who Steve Will Do It like really was. Like, he told me and showed me himself. You know,
and this is when you were already his exclusive.
I was already exclusive. Yeah, like,
that's
couple months.
That's what's so amazing about the story, to be honest. That you didn't even know really who he was.
I think honestly, like, looking back, like, he loved that I wasn't like a fanboy. Like, you know, because a lot of people have like hidden agendas, and 100%. They like try to like get to you because of like some interest or like, you know what I mean? Like I didn't have none of that. I was like, yo, I just want to train you. Like, you know what I mean? And I think you could pick up on like that authenticity 100%. And like genuineness, you know? And imagine him that he's so accustomed to like people with interest, like being around him. He saw in me that I'm not that guy, you know? So that's when I found out. Yeah, so we were already exclusive a couple months in. Wow. And then every time these guys would fly out to Vegas, I'd train them as well, like, you know, all these boys. And so yeah, like I did that the whole 2023, bro.
And you at this time, you have kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would come back, you know, I'd come back like, let's just say out of the 12 months collectively, I was probably in Miami, if you condense it, probably like a little less than 3 months. Okay. But in that time, I'd go see my son. Yeah. I'd go see my daughter. Right. You know, I had like leisure time. Like I had no, you know, I had no clients. I had no work. Like I'm good. Yeah. You know, so I would spend the majority of the time with them. Yeah. But like you got to make these sacrifices to make it happen for them. For sure. So it's almost like you sacrificing them a little bit temporarily, but for them in the long run anyways. See what I'm saying? Of course. It's like kind of like a oxymoron, but like that's life, makes sense. Bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sacrifices.
And there's some people that understand that, and there's some people that don't. And it's like I can't get that through your skull because it's just a fact. Yeah. Like if you don't go and do that, your life is completely different.
Right. It'll be the same shit and like that same fucking 10-hour shifts at the gym, bro. That shit gets old fast. Of course. Like, there's guys still there doing the same shit with the same clientele. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why I jumped. I mean, I did the initial jump, going to Elevation with $0, 0 people, and fucking made it happen. But you gotta have like belief in yourself first of all. You gotta just fucking own it and know it and have faith, which is like evidence of things that are unseen, and then execute, like execution over excuses, bro. Like you gotta fucking grind. You gotta put your balls in your hand and fucking just go. You know what I mean? Like I don't believe in excuses. You know, like after my daughter was born, brother, like I've heard it all. Like I got kids, I got bills, bro. So do I, dog. Yeah. You know, I got very little empathy for like shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, because a lot of people like just justify the bullshit story they keep telling themselves on why they can't. I don't believe in that shit. I believe that you could do anything that you set your mind to. Like you could make this podcast a fucking beat Joe Rogan. You understand what I'm saying? You just got to do what you're doing, right? Execute, make it happen, travel, fucking max out credit cards, whatever the fuck it takes. Very few. That's the 1%. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. So,
and do you think that Steve had helped you get to that belief just because you saw him ordering green fucking eggs and 40-inch Lamborghini rim, like because I know a little bit about Steve. I don't know him too well, but like we actually I think even saw his car yesterday.
And do you know if he's in Miami?
No, I don't think so right now.
Yeah, because we were at Moxie's and SLS was right there, and we saw the Urus the blue one.
Powder blue. No, that's not his.
Okay,
so he's not here.
All right, but I know back in the day or whenever he was just had like the same color fucking cars, but just every cool car, and they're all in the same color, and like I know that about him, and just the crazy lifestyle. Like because what you're saying is fucking true, but when you're grinding for like the faith part is true, but when you're grinding for so long and you're getting results, you know, but it's like 1% results, you know, and you see that like there's like this like slow thing. You had this crazy peak experience where you bet on yourself. You went to Elevation, but then boom, like it's like us getting on fucking Elon Musk tomorrow. It's just crazy out of life experience. Did that experience help you have more like faith that anything is possible?
Everyone that I've worked with, because also like Sneeko, Neon, All these other guys too, it's like almost like the same thing, brother. Like they started out no different than us. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And it's like if they could do it, we could do it. You see? So I believe that in the grit and the grind, you build that perseverance. But also I've learned something about delayed gratification. You can't give up because it don't happen overnight. Those are filters to see how bad you really want it. You see what I'm saying? Like, you may not get Elon today, but if you keep going, you have a chance. But if you quit, it's guaranteed you ain't got no shot. Yeah. See what I'm saying? Yeah. So you gotta just like get comfortable being uncomfortable, bro. You understand?
Yeah.
Like, nothing's guaranteed, like, right? Unless you up your chances and probabilities by not quitting, because the only guarantee for sure is if you quit. There for sure, bank on it, you ain't got no shot. But as long as you swinging, like Babe Ruth got, I think till recently had the most home runs as a stat, but he also had the most strikeouts. Yeah. No one talks about that. Yeah. See what I'm saying? Because every time that motherfucker would swing, you got to swing, bro.
Yeah.
If you just stand there at the pitch and you don't swing, for sure, strike, you're out. But swing for the fucking fence. The only thing holding us back, or whoever back, is their own mindset. Period. Doesn't matter who the fuck's elected. It doesn't matter who's the governor. I don't even know who the president is. I just grind. It's like, look at this callus. Like, it's in your hands. You build it. You construct it. You're the author, director, producer, star of your movie. Make it happen. Anybody can, oh, bro, I got kids and, the sob story. That's why, like, I've come up with a saying, like, we get to have this podcast. You understand? And I learned that with my daughter. Like, my daughter's nonverbal. My daughter's 6 years old. She's that, like, to give you, like, an example of, like, a 2-month-old. You understand?
Yeah.
So that taught me, like, everything's a blessing. This verbal communication between us is a blessing. Us, that I can get up and walk out right now, is a blessing. That I get to go lift weights is a blessing. Motherfuckers like, bro, I gotta go to the gym, dog. Fuck, bro. Your mindset's fucked. You understand? Your wiring is you're not operating from love or gratitude. You're operating from, like, just a dysfunctional trait that while you were unconscious from 0 to 7, your parents plugged that disc in. See? And I had that. I grew up in scarcity too, but they fucking risked their lives to come to this country and give me an opportunity. But once you become conscious, because there's unconscious, subconscious, and conscious. We operate 99% of the time subconsciously, autopilot, right? But you have the say. Like, who's watching your thoughts? Have you ever thought about that? It's fucking insane shit. It's deep. But you're the operator of this vast machine called Jake. You are in control. But if you leave the wheel, who's driving? You're fucked. You ain't got no shot. But if you focus on something, that's what grows. But the universe doesn't know if it's positive or negative. It's just going to give you that thought or that focus. I went in there knowing I'm going to be a celebrity trainer. Period. No doubt. Zero doubt. So, like, you can literally manifest your thoughts. That just comes with discipline, execution, and grit. Like, even if, like, bro, there's days I feel like quitting. You're human at the same time. There's days that I cry about Mazzy. I'm human. Like, today, I was crying at her visit. She's sick, But me being in a room with suicidal thoughts ain't going to help nobody. But if I can help one person on this podcast, if I could give you guys a different perspective, it's a win. See what I'm saying? Through my sacrifices and my tears and my journey, So yeah, it's all in your mindset and thinking positively, despite the circumstantial position you find yourself in. Because that's just temporary. Everything is temporary, including life itself. So you might as well give it all you got. Because tomorrow's unknown. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was going to be in this podcast a week ago. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you just have to have that faith and belief in yourself, and know that there's going to be valleys and peaks. There's going to be trials and tribulations, but that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. But it doesn't mean that a weapon ain't going to be formed against you.
Right.
Yeah. See what I'm saying?
Some real shit right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was some real shit right there for sure.
I wanted to ask, I want to go back to your daughter, because as immediately
numerology is huge, bro. It's 555.
Bang.
Sure.
Sorry. No.
Go ahead.
No, because we believe in that shit too. I mean, I have
we have
57 tatted right here.
I got 444 tatted on my chest.
You know, and
numerology is huge, brother.
Yeah, it's but I wanted to go back because when you first brought up your daughter, and then you talked about how people are like, oh, I don't want to do this, you know, and you're like, I don't have empathy for those people, right?
It's not that I don't, but
no. I
like
totally agree.
Cap a little bit,
but I want to know, like, how much did your perspective change when she was born? Because I mean, we've all had our own battles, and at least for me personally, like, my mom died when I was a kid, when I was 12.
Fuck.
So for me, it made me grow up very fast, and it helped me when all the other, like, little bullshit things in my life were going on. I'm like, yo, I already went through, like, the worst shit that could ever happen.
Possible.
So I got past that, and I'm still good. I'm happy. I'm healthy. Like, I can get through this shit. But to this day, I mean, like he said, we're on this grind trying to make it. Like, I find myself being very ungrateful and complaining and stuff like that. But then I tried to put myself back, like, yo, you got through that. Like, you're going to be good. So how much did, you know, that moment of your life with your daughter being born and everything that, you know, is going on, what did that do to your perspective, and just as a man and a father, and, you know?
Well, to be quite honest with you, at first I was very naive. I didn't believe the doctors. I didn't believe it. I was like, no, there's no chance. But
what was the diagnosis, if you don't mind?
Lissencephaly. So it's like you know, your brain, it kind of like looks like a walnut, kind of has like grooves and indentations and shit. Lissencephaly is a Latin word for listen is like smooth, and cephaly means brain, so it's like smooth brain, which is basically underdeveloped. Like, so her frontal lobe is smooth, which is like mechanics, speech, you know, posture. Like, she's like, you have to hold her. She can't even sit down. Like, she's jello, you know. So at first I was just in complete denial. And then once, like, I started realizing she wasn't hitting certain milestones, and I would see other kids her age, I was like, holy fuck, you know what I mean? And then I turned to drugs, you know, like, nothing crazy, but like I was just smoking a lot of weed and like taking Xanax, like just like masking my pain, you know, like running away. And then also I used bodybuilding as a scapegoat as well, you know. So just I would say recently, like, you know, probably throughout this time is when I like just like I stopped smoking like about 4 months ago. I ripped the bong in the morning, and bro, I've never coughed that much in my life, and I threw up. And I said, that's it, I'm done with this shit, bro. Mind you, pot smoker since like 15, heavy. And I got everything, bro, like bongs, pipes, all the weed I had, everything. I threw that shit out, but like in the waste management fucking shit, and I smashed it on purpose. Like I burned that, like, and I haven't smoked weed and I've never felt better in my life. So like I just sat in the pain, bro. I had to like accept it. See what I'm saying? And instead of like continuously running from it. And once I did that, a lot of shit changed, bro, in my life. You know, like just like avalanches of abundance, bro, like blessings. Because I felt like that was like a blessing blocker. Because like I would justify like, oh, you know, when I smoke, I get creative, or like, you know, I think better or deeper. Bro, you're in a fog. Like hindsight, right? Like, you know. So once I quit blazing, bro, like a lot of shit like just like cleared up for me. and I was able to like to dial in for real on like things that I wanted to accomplish after having all these experiences. See what I'm saying? That anything is possible, you know? So you got to get rid of the masks, you know? And you have to sit in the pain and accept it, and then almost like harness it and use it as fuel to propel you further in your ambition or your drive or your goals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not allow it to like defeat you and say, well, it's justifiable that I'm quitting because of. Like, I have every rhyme and reason to be fucked.
Yeah.
And like, yo, you know, because also like, besides her condition, she has a life expectancy, bro. You know, she's 6. They gave us 0 to 8. I mean, obviously it's up to God, you know what I mean? But that also is a mind fuck, you know, that I deal with every day, bro. Yeah. Every single day. I'm in excruciating pain, bro. Like, you know. Yeah.
Made you who you are. Making you who you are as we speak. You've been through a lot of shit. It
definitely carves character, you know.
It's amazing. Super inspiring.
But I still go to the gym, and I'm like, you know, no cap, like I'm like the light of that gym. Like if I walk in, like, and I'm feeling some type of way, the whole gym like energy reciprocates that. You know, like being a leader, you have to acknowledge like that your energy is like an aura that like helps others, or it could like fuck others up. So I hold that responsibility like as much as I can and can control. But I am human.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I still go and help, service, and be the best influencer, but not influencer. You know, like just give positive influence despite that. You know, I don't use it as a reason to be down. I almost like I'm using it now as like, bro, like every time I post about her, like parents are like, fuck, bro, like I'm gonna go hug my kids because I bitch about them playing with the electrical socket. What I would give, bro. You know what I mean? For her to play with the electrical socket, you know, stick a fork in it, fuck around. Like a lot of parents like take their kids for granted or use them as excuses to like not do shit or be lazy fucks or whatever the case may be. So I'm using my story to like create awareness in these people. Like, fuck, dude, like this guy's doing it. I'm being a piece of shit. And they can at least reflect a little bit. So I've found a lot of purpose in that, you know, and I help a lot of dads out too, like become superheroes for their kids, bro, because your kids don't listen to what you say. They watch what you do. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And every time I go pick up my son, I see like they look at me like, holy fuck, like Superman, straight up. And like their dads are like, you know, like they try to like hurry up, you know, like to not allow, because they feel like self-aware, like fuck, I could be better or I could do better. And they should use their kids as a purpose to be better, not as an excuse to like, well, you know, I got kids, I can't do that. That's the wrong mindset.
It's fucked up. It's a scapegoat.
It's a scapegoat, brother.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So if I could, you know, create some type of awareness with that, and it's a positive message.
Which there needs to be, because like I mean, outside looking in, you sound super spiritual. Like I see what you're saying. It's beyond the plates, you know. It's beyond the weights. Like it really is. Like this shit is real, you know. Like I was never into any of this spiritual faith, believe it, manifest it, none of that, until the thing I had an escape to was football. Now I didn't think it was probably a healthier escape, you know, than drugs, but that was just like what I had.
Yeah.
Now when I got injured, when I got a little bit older and it was gone, you then realize that the same thing that I was doing with football, like the avoidance, it just turned to women. it turned. Now, I was lucky to never get into like a heroin. Thank God, because if I got my hands on it, it'd be fucking over. Because I can get addicted to. It sounds so stupid, but a bag of Doritos.
Yeah, no,
it sounds stupid, but it's actually not stupid.
That's real.
Because the majority, and you've seen it, the majority of people like, and we live in this society now where like. You could be scapegoated 12 hours of the day. Yeah. You wake up, hit some weed, go get the fucking.
You're not present.
Yeah.
You're not present.
Right.
You're escaping reality.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's that book called The Power of Now. Like being present, bro. Like yesterday's gone. Can't do shit about it. It is what it is. It was what it was. Tomorrow, who the fuck knows? You know? Sorry.
No, you're good.
So it's being here now that is really the gift, right? The present moment, which is really all we really got, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We can leave here right now and a fucking semi truck hits us. You know, I fucking got into an accident 2 mornings ago. Totaled my Jeep.
Really?
Yeah, no cap. Got total loss today. Shit happens, right?
Yeah.
And my
total loss.
On my phone, total loss.
I think about things like that though. Like I equated to the 9/11 story where the girl was on the way to work and she got caught in traffic and the towers went down and she's tight that she got caught in traffic. But little did she know. I think I'm not even just saying this because you're in front of us, but I think you're one of the most amazing people I've ever had the opportunity to have a conversation with. Because what you said before really struck me. You're like, I'm a leader. And I don't go through, I mean, I deal mentally a lot. They know when I smoke weed a lot. And I had the same thing with you with football. I was a boxer, tore my knee up. Mentally, I was never the same. And I just, you know what I mean? But to be a leader every day and to be a light for people while going through that shit, because I know I go through shit and it's nothing like that. It's some of the most inspiring thing I've ever heard in my life.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, and no, thank you. For real.
Especially, bro, because I can tell, and it's kind of crazy because I was living in New York City for a little bit, and I was just started paying attention to the way people looked, and I realized that like the way you look on the outside is probably how you feel on the inside. But like when I look at you, you know, a lot of people say the things that you're saying, but bro, you looking like fucking Superman is like it's crazy to see, like alive in the flesh, bro. Yeah. I could tell like you really mean every single thing that you say.
Yeah.
And then to hear about, you know, your daughter as well, and like I already know what that must be doing to you. It's honestly crazy to be in the same room as you in a good way.
Yeah,
thank you, bro.
Yeah.
And you know about that, like I because like you look at me and you're like, oh, this guy's arrogant, he's a dick because of, you know, like how I'm, you know, what I built,
I get that
right?
too. I get that all the time.
You know,
oh,
this guy's unapproachable.
Yeah.
This guy's fucking mean for sure.
Yeah.
And like this is really who I really am. You know what I mean? But people misjudge you based on your appearance. So much here in Miami as well, like everywhere, kind of. Right. You know what I mean? But that's why it's good to just like give everyone. I give everyone 100%. You know what I mean? Like I don't like meet someone and like they have to build the value or whatever. No, you got 100% up front. When you start fucking up and making mistakes or getting mistrusted, you deduct from that account. But like I feel everyone, and I also believe in second chances. Like we all make mistakes, bro. You know, we're all learning. We're all in this together. We're all trying to make it, right? We're all trying to become better. And that's something I live by. Like just be better than yesterday. Like from this pod, you probably learned something, right? So they say knowledge is power. I don't really agree with that 100%. I think applied knowledge is power, because a person that knows how to read and a person that doesn't know how to read, the person that knows how to read, if he doesn't read, he's the same as if the guy that can't read. So like if you can read, you got to learn, but apply the lesson. So throughout my mistakes, throughout all the fuck ups, the jail shit, all that bullshit, like I never want to go back to that guy. I don't want to be that. I'm not that guy anymore. But you have to apply the lessons as you grow. And that's true growth. Like learning the lesson as you grow through it. You understand?
Yeah.
So, But back to like the UFC fight, man. That was a crazy night for me because because it was.
Well, coming from an MMA background, it's probably super full circle for you too, right?
Circle,
you know what I mean? Like, holy shit.
Two, since I was with Steve, I walked through where the fighters walk out of, which was like insane, bro. Like you have no idea. Yeah. And Steve is a superstar, bro. A rock star. Yeah. Like the whole fucking stadium was chanting, Steve, Steve, Steve. Insanity, bro. And we sat like right next to Dana White, like ringside. Bro, it was probably like one of the highlights for me, you know. And we went to a couple, you know, and I went to also that slap shit, power slap. Yeah. Which is fucking insane.
That shit is nuts.
But that night like made me realize, bro, like it was like larger than life. You know what I mean? And then like that's why I'm telling you all these experiences, because like it made me believe that anything is possible. You know, like for real. Like you just have to envision it, like see it in here, speak it like with confidence, and grind towards it. Mm-hmm. And brother, it happens, bro. I swear to God.
I swear to God, I'm going to the gym after this. Yeah, I swear to God, bro. Nah, bro, because I've been in a rut. You know what I'm saying? Like to tell you the truth, like I know like we haven't met each other.
Why?
Because bro, I honestly got entitled. You know, like I felt like I've worked so fucking hard so many times in my life that like my stamina. It's like I was so good at eating shit. I was so fucking good. But like the moment I got a little successful, I started feeling like why isn't more happening? You know what I'm saying? It was almost like, because I played junior college football. I played Division I football, but before that I played junior college football. Yeah. So the lesson in junior college was like literally an 8-year journey of like I played. It's embarrassing, you know what I'm saying? For at least even in the state of Florida, there's not one junior college that even plays football. So like that would be, in my opinion, looked down upon because all the kids from these Miami schools are going to play places. Yeah. But I couldn't even. I mean, I'm kind of blaming right now entitlement because that's what's been popping up for me lately. But I think it's a full circle thing. And I know that I've been fucked up lately because I haven't wanted to be in the gym. And that's made no sense to me because the gym was the only thing that I liked. Yeah. And now I'm seeing that because I haven't been in the gym, that's been fucking up my mindset. 100%. You know, and then now my mindset's fucked, so I don't want to go to the gym. And now I'm not going to the gym, so my mindset's fucked.
But and then that's the vicious
cycle.
That's the cycle,
right? And snapping out of that cycle is difficult. I'm there right now. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
It's tough.
All you got to do is take that first step.
Just get in the gym. The first day.
Go to the gym.
Yeah, just the first day.
And that's what I tell everyone. Once our brain is not for storage. So once you get that inspiration or that thought or that idea, the next step is take massive action towards it. So like someone that says, bro, I want to get in shape. Stop what you're doing. Go sign up at the gym right then and there. Yeah. Like you got to like commit to that idea, because if you put it in storage, this is not meant for that.
Yeah.
Like I got short-term memory. I'll be the first to say it. Like I forget shit like easily, but I get inspiration. I get ideas like that. I either write it down or I do something to commit to it instantly to hold me accountable. So if that's how you feel, brother, seriously, after we wrap it up, get your ass to the fucking gym. Like what's stopping you? Your own mindset. Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying? And back to entitlement. What are you entitled to, brother?
Right.
There's guys out there your age in a hospital bed in a third world country, got no food, no fucking running water, and you're here entitled complaining in a fucking badass Airbnb in Miami, doing what you love, interviewing somebody that might inspire you. Get that shit out of your head, bro.
Yeah.
Like, get back to the fucking, that football player that was hungry, that wanted it, that showed up to every fucking game, that was in the fucking gym, that was fucking putting in the fucking work. That's who you gotta be. That's the mindset you gotta adopt. Everything else will flow into place once you get that rewiring back in. We're entitled to nothing, bro. Zero. I don't walk around like up at the gym like, oh, I'm a celebrity trainer, I'm better than you. Fuck that. I'm back dialed in like as if I ain't even have that. See what I'm saying? And that's, I think, the trouble with like a lot of the youth these days is like they see these kids just fucking blowing up off YouTube, and then they're like, bro, I did a video. Why ain't my shit blowing up? Dude, for some reason, God's not allowing it for some reason. Like he said, she missed that bus or that taxi for a reason, right? Same shit, like that Benjamin Button movie that they did that whole scene of like they missed some shit and that accident or whatever. Perfect example. It's no different, bro. I got into that accident that morning for some reason.
100%.
For some reason. Maybe something would have happened at the gym. I don't know. But it's all happening for you, not to you. For you. Maybe you got to grow a little bit more. Maybe you got to get a little bit more mature in certain areas. He's always polishing you. So you got to change the mindset of like entitlement to like, dude, I haven't earned it yet. I got to get there. I got to earn this. I got to grind harder. You understand what I'm saying? Never put yourself on a pedestal. Like when you go to dinner, never sit down at the best seat. Never. Now, if you get escorted there, sit there. But choose the worst seat. I sit in the back every time. No, Turo, you're up here. Oh, all right. See what I'm saying? Like at UFC, I was standing up until they told me, yo, that's your seat right there. Boom. No entitlement. No, like, I deserve this. You could have that feeling if you know you put in the work, you know what I'm saying, which you do. But get that entitlement shit out of your head, because I feel that's a roadblock for you, brother. You know what I mean? Like, get back to that kid that was like fucking like just dialed in. That's all I've noticed with anyone successful that I've been around. They dialed in on something 1,000%. No entitlement, delayed gratification. Meaning like it takes whatever amount of time it takes, because that's really not up to you. That's up to God, the universe, whatever your faith or religion is. I'm not a pastor or preacher. All I can say is that it rewards you based upon your faith and the grind, because faith without works is dead. So you got to believe it without a shadow of a doubt, but then execute it towards it as if it was already there, and act the part. You got to act as if you're already beyond Joe Rogan right now. And then that's how the shit starts to happen. It just starts aligning shit for you, bro. Like I got goosebumps because it happened to me. You see what I'm saying? But you got to get out of that mindset that you're currently in of like not going to the gym, frustrated you're not going to the gym, fucking up your mindset. And then you're like, why hasn't it happened? I'm entitled. Wrong formula. Because listen, the formula is simple. The execution isn't easy.
What's the formula?
I already said it. Faith, belief, and grind. The execution of that is not easy. Waking up early, taking flights. Bro, working for Steve was not easy. It may have had a lot of glamour and glitz, but like, yo, you have a flight at 6 and it's like 4. That's crazy. And like you gotta go. I never missed a flight. Never. Bro, one night I wasn't expecting to fly out the next morning. So I went out on a date. I got smashed. I had some wine, whatever, and I kind of overdid it. And then his assistant called me in the morning. He's like, yo, you got a flight right now at 7. So I wake up, I'm hungover. I threw like fucking 3 things in a bag. And in the Uber, I already started feeling like I'm fucked. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I board the plane and like, you know those little air things? I put all 3 of them towards me, but I was already cold sweating. Yeah. I knew I was going to throw up. I was like, I'm fucked. Yeah. So, bro, people are boarding the plane. I went straight to that little bathroom, which I don't fit in. Like, they're like, you know, tiny as fuck. So I'm throwing up red wine everywhere, bro. Oh, man. I call Nelson. I'm like, yo, bro, I don't think I could fly like this. And it was a 5-hour flight to Vegas.
Oh, no.
I ain't letting you off the plane. First of all,
no, I just sat back down.
Hey, that's it.
Wait, you called his assistant?
I called his assistant like, yo, throwing up. So he's like, no,
right.
FaceTime. He's like, Turo, he's waiting to train. Like, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like,
all right.
Fuck.
And not only do you feel like that on the plane, but you got to land and then go train him.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm forgetting that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's the formula. Whatever it takes, brother.
Yeah.
Because excuses, no matter how legitimate, do not produce results.
Yeah.
Bro, I threw up. Legit excuse. Legit.
Mm-hmm.
But then how do you, all right, so then two sides of you, right? There's so you said it before. There's all these thoughts, right? And then there's like the witness to the thoughts. I sometimes feel like I'm fucking bipolar. I know I'm not bipolar. I like I say this shit all the time and it sounds fucking crazy, but I'm like, there's like the real me and then there's the personality. And it's fucking weird because when I'm doing personal development towards the real me, that's when I feel great, which means like when I'm meditating or when I'm reading or like this morning I woke up early, went for a walk, South Point Park.
Dope.
Awesome. And that's when I feel the best. And that's when I feel like, kind of limitless. But then it's like the moment I check my email, I'm flooded with all the limiting, like it's like I don't even that's what happened. All the fucked up shit that I've experienced in my life and the program that you said before your parents give you and then all like the limitations, I kind of realized recently that my like basic nature right now, and this is what's fucked up about it, is that, bro, like I'm a gym guy, like I really am, but like who I am today in my current thoughts is unmotivated. Oh, let's say this. I'm like fighting it because I feel like my baseline like is unmotivated, undisciplined, burnt out, like all these things. So then it's like mediocre in a sense. So how do you take that part of you that's mediocre and not allow that to win over the better part of yourself?
I don't have an option.
Yeah.
There's no plan B. I don't have a trust fund. There's no safety net. There's nothing awaiting me on that other side. Like there's no option. Like there's no option. I don't have the luxury of that option. Mm-hmm. I can't lay down crying and I feel bad for Mazzy. I don't have that luxury. And that's what you have to like burn the boats and take the island. You got to shut that down, bro. You're witnessing those thoughts yourself. You just said it. And when you're dialed in on like personal development and personal growth, like you feel your best, when all these attacks come, you got to go back to that mentality and say, bro, these are just challenges to make me better and polish the diamond more. Where a diamond's made under pressure. Mm-hmm. And this life is just pressure. It's a pressure cooker all the fucking time. You're under the gun 24/7. Are you gonna lax, kick back, and just fuck it? Yeah, bro, that's not an option for you. Mm-mm. So stop even entertaining those thoughts because they're just tests. And if you overcome those tests, that's your testimony. It's just a mess, but there's messages if you overcome the mess. So that's what you gotta dial in, like overcoming these self-imposed, because no one's thinking that shit but you. He's not thinking it for you. He's not thinking it for you. It's coming from your own shit. But you're in the driver's seat, bro. Mm. Like you gotta say, shut the fuck up, stop, and then replace that, because you can't leave a void, with the gym, a walk. You'll feel better, and then you back in the game. When Jordan was fucked up, whatever the fuck, you sit down real quick, drink some Gatorade, get back in the game. It's no different. We all have those mental challenges. Believe me, I wish I had your problems. Believe me. come on, bro. You don't have a special needs daughter. Not to compare, but I'm saying it's you're self-inflicting yourself, and you're putting hurdles that don't even exist for yourself. So it's really a mind fuck. But that's why I said in the beginning, it's all a mindset. So if you set your mind and program your mind, and it's not just one switch and it's done. It's not one and done. It's every day. It's every time that shit arises again. But repetition is it's the master of all winning. Like it's reps, overcoming those negative thoughts, back to back to back to back. Eventually, you'll start seeing progress. That's what motivates anyone. And then you'll dial in even further because you're like, holy shit, this shit's fucking working. I feel less like that. I'm actually winning now, and I'm doing great. I feel better. I look better. I feel more confident. I have higher energy. And then that's how that snowball effect happens. But if you fall to this victim mindset, you're not going to win. And that's what burning the boats means. It's an analogy of saying those thoughts are boats. To take the island, which is life, and win is burning that shit that isn't helping you at all. So it's saying, all right, bro, I'm done with thinking this way. It's not a good mindset to have. It's not a winning mindset. So whenever those thoughts arise, which it'll be daily, fucking daily, bro. It's a daily grind. It's a daily grit. It's a daily fucking battle against your own mind. It's a seesaw, right? So whenever you feel negative, whenever you feel down, whenever you feel out, bro, take a second, go outside, breathe some fresh air. If you don't have faith, say a prayer, God, help me out, or show me if this is the way. Help me out, point me in the right direction, guide me, help me. Thank you, and operate from love and gratitude. That's really the win. Because all that other shit is like coming from like doubt, worry, fear, anxiety, and that's all derived from not a good side. See what I'm saying? But when you operate from love, it's faith, it's fucking having like that, okay, I'm gonna go this way no matter what. Your shit is simple. Switch your mindset. And every time those attacks come, dial back in. Go for that walk. It worked. You felt great, right? When you read the emails and all the bullshit and all that shit's temporary, bro. It's a joke. I wish I had those problems, bro. Because that's why I said about the no empathy part. Like, my problem doesn't have a solution. Yours do.
And how does that, kind of sit with you? Because I'm sure that must be the hardest fucking thing in the world.
Bro, I don't even know how, like, when that day comes, I honestly, I'm preparing, like, I lived it, I try not to think about it, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I can't handle it, first of all. And I don't even know, I don't know. Yeah. I don't have the answer to that question. I just know that my happiness lies in serving others, using my testimony as like a form of inspiration to say, bro, like, damn, dog, I don't even got it that bad, and this motherfucker's winning. You understand? So it's like you almost can like leverage that and say, fuck, like, bro, look, like those first couple days in jail, right? Like, I was there, whatever, I was like waiting, and like some guy came up and like he was fucking like crying and he was down. And he was like, bro, I got sentenced. I got 5 years. 10 minutes later, some guy came up like fucking excited. Like, oh my God, thank you. Wow, bro, fuck, I'm so grateful. And he got 10 years. So it's, you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's all on how you take what comes at you. Because it's going to come at you. You're going to be tested. You're going to be tried. These are facts. But it's how you respond that makes the difference. You understand what I'm saying? So instead of feeling like how you felt like entitled or like unmotivated or like out of whack, that's how you're responding to those emails. or whatever the fuck it is that's triggering that. Change your response system. Be like, dude, like what a blessing it is that I get to learn from this fucking dumbass's email. And then you start carving character, and then you start receiving that shit in a blessing. Like you get to. Always remember that, bro. Like we get to. That's a blessing in itself, bro. Like you're beyond blessed, brother. You just gotta adopt that mentality, and no matter the test that comes your way, it has a solution. It's how you respond to it, and it's how you navigate through the fucking mud. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? It's just all different stories. His mom passed away. I still got my mom. Yeah, I have a daughter that has special needs, but there's still blessings even in like the stuff that hurts or the stuff that has us like thinking a certain way. But look at my response. Blessed, grateful, thankful, changed my life because I'm taking it that way. They asked, so there's this story like the dad was an alcoholic and one kid became an alcoholic, jail, fucked up, and the other son became super successful. And they asked the kid in jail, why are you an alcoholic and fucked up and you're a fuck up? He's like, look at my dad. And then they asked the same son, why are you so successful? He's like, look at my dad. Mm-hmm. So it's all on how you respond to the stimulus. You understand? One son became massive successful because his dad was an alcoholic and he didn't want to be that. The other kid looked at it like, dude, look at my fucking dad. What do you expect me to be? So it's how you respond to the same shit that we all go through in different ways.
That was great.
This is the most inspiring fucking podcast we've ever
done. One of the best episodes we've probably done. It's
crazy, bro. I don't know. I didn't even expect this going into it. You know what I'm saying? But bro, it's like you're like a real fucking. This is what you do.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy, man.
What do you got planned for the future? I mean, you've done so much already.
Honestly, I plan to just, cause I'm tired of personal training, bro. Like I've been doing it for 20 years. I love it. I'm passionate about it. It's very fulfilling to change somebody's life in the perspective of not just the physical form, but like the mindset.
And you're gonna do it now with this
and stuff like that. I've now like transitioned a little bit online.
Nice.
And also like I love speaking, as you can see. Mm-hmm. So I plan on like doing like certain like seminars and shit like that have to do with training, but also like mindset and mentoring and like beyond sets and reps. Like, yes, bro, like the gym is definitely the starting point because like there's just so many disciplines and attributes that the gym gives you as a human being. You know what I mean? And it all stems from there. But then, like I said, like most of the things from the gym are applicable in real life. Like, for example, like a couple of months ago, I asked my son what he wanted for his 12th birthday, which was on August 7th. And I know he said it fucking around, but he said, I want a Lamborghini. Bro, I bought a Lamborghini, bro. You know? And like, it's a stretch, you know? Like, it's like, I'm not I'm not like bawling, but like I did it. I jumped. Because just the way that it worked out, I knew that I could fucking make it happen. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's what I mean about like reaching further out there is like straining the muscle in the gym. It's where you grow. So like I put myself in that position, it lit a fire under my ass because now I gotta fucking pay this fucking thing. This guy's like a blessing in my life. He's my like my assistant, my fucking shooter, and we've been like scaling every platform like ridiculous. Like we did like 3 million views in 2 months, which all those platforms were minus my IG because of like, you know,
right,
the celebrity trainer thing. Which in itself, like I've become a celebrity myself.
It's amazing.
Which is fucking nuts.
It's amazing.
So it's like a saying that has a double meaning. Like celebrity trainer, okay, yeah, you train celebrities, but now it's like I'm actually a fucking celebrity myself. It's fucked. Like I was at the mall the other day and like these kids asked me for a picture. Wow. I'm not used to that shit, bro, because here's the thing too, brother. Like since you were born with like things that are priceless, your mind, your vision, your touch, your feel, your senses, your character, all these traits that were given to you for free, you take for granted. You're like, oh, I'm just Jake. Nah, bro, you're a fucking living legend, homie. Like you get to. There's people younger than us that would trade a fucking limb or their life to be in our struggle. You understand what I'm saying?
Of course.
So like these factory settings that were given to us, because if you lose your mind, you're fucked. You can't go buy a mind.
Yeah.
I would have bought a mind for Mazzy. You understand what I'm saying? Like, but you take it for granted almost, and you don't realize that what's in between your ears is what made this building, is what made those cars, horseless carriage, is what made these airplanes, and these motherfuckers were no smarter than you, bro. Steve Jobs said it.
It's amazing.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's fucking crazy,
So
man.
you got to stop taking your own mind for granted and stop operating at such a low frequency, and it's all about vibrations. It's like up your vibes, bro. Up your frequency to like a higher plane of like positivity, of like I get to, man, I'm excited to have this podcast. I'm excited to travel to Miami. Like you should be excited to wake up every morning and get to do the things that sometimes you feel like, fuck, dog, another day, another grind, another setup. I know it's not easy, brother, but you get to. It's a blessing. And once you change that perspective, bro, shit just starts manifesting in a way, and it expedites you faster and further to your goals. Because, like, what dad likes a son that's always bitching and complaining and ungrateful? And I'm referring to God, right? That's my faith. But, like, it's like, oh, bro, this guy's ungrateful and all the gifts I've given him. Like, and, like, I put this on my channel the other day. I went to a cemetery, and, like, I feel like the cemetery has more value than a lot of banks because there's so many unwritten books, unfilmed movies, unfilmed podcasts, because they were scared of option, like comments of other people or like criticism, and they were living in fear and worry and anxiety. So they died with their talents. You guys are super talented and blessed beyond belief, but you have to operate at that frequency consistently despite the current circumstantial challenges. Dance in the rain, bro. The storms are always gonna be there, bro.
Yeah.
Just gotta dance in the rain, homie. And you're blessed.
And you believe the gym is the best place to start in that mindset shift?
For me, it was. For me. Not everyone loves the gym. I understand that. A lot of people, like just don't like it legit. I've had to like hand hold people.
Right.
It's like the worst client to have, but it's what really helped me like change my perspective about life, and like empowering yourself to, like I said, just be more confident, be stronger. Cause like the stronger you get physically, the stronger you get mentally.
Facts.
Like you can't read about push-ups. You gotta fucking do them.
Right.
It's so like just that alone, it's part of the dial, because you get stronger and you get more empowered from resistance. So instead of folding to the resistance, you almost like use it to better you, because the resistance is unavoidable. The pain, the storms, the struggle, all that shit is unavoidable. Like you can't duck it. You gotta fucking run through that bitch. It's the only way you're gonna get stronger, So I do believe that the gym is a great starting point to help you change your mindset, and just, it's not gonna change in one day. It's not, there's no magic pill. you know, but you start to build on that, and then it starts compounding, and then you're like, holy shit, you're a month in, you like, bro, like I fucking feel great. This shit don't bother me no more, because your mind starts getting stronger as well. It goes together, bro. Heaven on earth. So yes, the gym helps a lot, bro. Iron therapy.
Oh yeah.
You know?
It's amazing.
Pretty good.
Purpose?
Yeah. Yeah, the last question we always ask every guest is, what's your purpose?
This session, like, hope you guys got inspired by my testimony.
Oh, hell yeah.
And that's my purpose, bro. Like, to just service and inspire others to become better versions of themselves. Because, like, I believe we're all here to serve each other. That's really the main purpose, you know, to help empower somebody to either believe in themselves, to get more encouraged, to pursue a better version of themselves. And that's what I, you know, am inspired to fulfill my purpose through my testimonies and messes and mistakes and all that shit, has embodied a purpose of, yo, if I could do it, you could do it. Let's dial in.
Well, you're doing it.
Definitely doing it.
Fucking doing it.
Appreciate you, for real.
Cut.
Cut.